always tracking, always alerting. This is Next Weather.
And we stop for alligators right in the middle of the road. As we check in on conditions, the ducks would have been fine just with this weather. My goodness, the rain came in, but you saw the images coming out of Pompano Beach and Hallandale, and of course that was the king tides that came in that I don't think would have flooded us significantly, but we got this rainfall 1 to 3 inches, and it all coincided. Just kind of a worst case timing here. 2 inches picked up at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Lesser amounts down to the south, but even the airport here in Miami got upwards of over half an inch of rainfall, approaching an inch. So that was some a thing to get through this morning, but at this point we're in much better shape as far as what we're talking about here, which is a much quieter picture. Next Weather Radar looking pretty quiet. Let's check it out. The temperatures, I want to show you the changes coming up. There's another view of it, right? So we're in the upper 70s. That is stable air. You don't get upper 70s this early in October unless you get a huge front coming in, which we haven't had. And of course, the other way to do it is with the rainfall. Let's expand this out. You can see our weather's coming from. It's coming from the north eventually with this front coming in, but there's not a huge drop in temperature, so we're not going to get ready for sweater weather. The first thing typically what a cold front does for South Florida is it lowers the humidity, and we take a look at that by checking out the dew points, right? This is refreshing stuff. Dew points in the 50s. We haven't had that since spring. That is what's going to try to push down here, but notice the dew points are still very tropical across Florida, and that's a result of the front that's still to our north. Once it does move through, it will drop our humidity, and that begins on Sunday and kind of just hangs out there. We're not going to tumble, into what typically is, more of a January situation, but we'll take it because this is going to make all the difference. It's going to, you'll see the 7-day 80s all around, but the 80s will feel different because the humidity will be so much lower. It's going to be nice here. Next Weather rain tracker for the rest of tonight. The bulk of the rainfall has fallen. Certainly not going to get the 1, 2, 3, and even 5, 6 inches of rainfall we got down in the Keys. Things have quieted down through the overnight, and then for tomorrow, still southwest wind ahead of the front. We'll see some showers developing. The front itself pushes in. That will trigger a few showers after the frontal passage, and then eventually we'll start, bringing in that dry air. But again, it doesn't get here until Saturday night into Sunday, and that's when we'll see that humidity drop and a slight temperature drop as well. Moderate risk for rip currents tomorrow. The caution is still there for the Atlantic waters and the Florida Keys, so that's going to continue to be an issue as well. Next Weather 7-day forecast will take you through the upcoming weekend for the game on Sunday. Whatever you're doing, just head outside. It's going to be probably one of the nicest days we've had in a long time because humidity is going to be low, but you would look at this and not see a difference here. It's all about the humidity. The temperatures, even some upper 60s, I think, for places like West and Southwest Ranches, headed out towards Kendall Sunday morning, and then we'll get back into a very nice setup here for next week into the mid 80s as we officially begin our dry season on Thursday, guys.